Let's create those arms like a true champion arms, at least somewhat like someone who knows how to train arms, okay? Let's start off first with, of course, your barbell curls. This is as basic and the best thing you can do for your biceps. You don't need to do anything fancy. I mean, I'll show you a fancy one, a good comfortable one, but why go fancy when your form is still not great? But this one, again, it's the mother of all bicep movements, you know, so I'm going to show you how to do this one. So the barbell, again, it's always going to be, you know, the straight bar. This is the easy curl bar, but right now we're doing the straight bar. Now, also on width, you want to keep it enough where it's right on your thighs. You don't want to, you go close, is it effective? Yes, but it's just working a different head. It's working the smaller head of the bicep. We want to work on the big head of the bicep, which is right here. The bigger head, okay? So for the bigger head, you want to hold it yay wide. That's it. Not too wide, you're going to start going sloppy. Again, you can change your position once you keep learning. The more experience you have, the more flexible you can be. Right now, let's start off from the beginning, all right? So right here, kind of go down, pretty much, you know, curl it, curl it. Most people think, hey, I'm not lifting it all the way to the top. Well, a lot of times, the top does not mean it's always right, because if I go to the top, guess what? I just use my shoulders, you know. You don't want to do shoulders. You want to keep away from your shoulders. You want to stay on the arm, okay? I'm going to show you a side profile so you can see where my arm is and how high I'm going. Side profile, again, with, and I'm going to squeeze. 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 That's just, again, that's for bicep. This is the ultimate bicep movement. It's great, can't go wrong. Can you cheat? Of course you can, but not in the beginning. Come on, people, let's get this right, you know? You know what, you're doing 10, 15 reps, the last 5, the last 3. You wanna throw a couple of cheat movements? Just do it, go ahead, kill yourself. But let's not start off with bad habits from the beginning. Okay.
So we're going to start here with a simple bicep curl for dumbbells. So what a lot of people do, they curl it, their arm ends up looking like this. So not a lot of supination of the arm. What you really need to focus on is making sure that you're turning that dumbbell at the top. When I'm doing it, I'm literally trying to squeeze my baby finger on that dumbbell and turn it to the point that I can't really turn it anymore. I come down, I pronate. I come up, I supinate. I pronate. Notice how nothing's happening at my arm. Notice there's nothing happening up here. The only movement is happening here. So if I were to do it without a dumbbell, it literally just look like this. Okay, so I'm getting up here, I'm squeezing as hard as I can, trying to turn my baby finger, trying to turn my palm toward the ceiling. And the trick is, most people when they do use a dumbbell, they grab that dumbbell and they really try to focus on squeezing these two fingers or squeezing this part of the dumbbell, and this part kind of gets lazy. You really got to stay focused on keeping that baby finger squeezed. So when I do it, I'm really trying to overload squeezing the baby finger. Squeeze the baby finger harder than I squeeze the index finger, and I'm trying to turn. That supination is extremely important. Now, as you get advanced, the way I like to do this is as you get advanced, I like to warm up to my heaviest weight, which for me in this exercise is really only about 50 pounds, and I do this. Notice my hand placement in the dumbbell right in the middle. So I come all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Notice I'm not extending back here, I'm extending in front. Second thing we do, once you've got up to your 50 pounds, I usually do my 3 or 4 working sets with that weight because I want to use the maximum amount of weight with that form. The next thing I do, check this out. I slide my hand to what would be the outside of the dumbbell. So there's a space there. See that? And so what that's doing is shifting a greater percentage of the dumbbell to the inside of my hand, thereby creating a greater percentage of weight of that dumbbell on this side of the dumbbell. So now when I supinate, it's actually harder for me to turn, which is gonna make you better at supination. So I'm still squeezing that baby finger, extend all the way in front of me, squeeze. So and then I'm gonna continue doing 8 to 10 repetitions that way. So I do my 4 sets with my maximum weight, really supinating, keeping that form tight, and then I rest, slide my hand to the inside of the dumbbell, I guess the outside of the dumbbell effectively, supinate, and maybe another 4 sets. So that we're working the mid part of the range, but really focus on supination.
Vamos lá, Renan, segundo exercício de bíceps, certo? Nós vamos usar a polia de costas. E o Renan vai fazer a execução aqui do movimento na nuca, esmagando sempre a musculatura do bíceps em cima, contraindo no máximo que der, com uma velocidade de execução mais trabalhada. E depois, no final, quando estiver mais fadigando, ele vai aumentar a velocidade, certo, Renan? Vamos lá, mostrar em execução como é que fica melhor. Renan segurou. Lembrando que pode ser uma barra de rosca direta para polia também, não precisa ser a de bíceps. Isso, ó, ele esmagando na nuca. Olha o que é legal, estabilização da região abdominal. O tronco ele está ligeiramente inclinado e o cotovelo está estabilizado para que tenha uma execução, podemos dizer assim, não tão 100% localizada, que não existe, mas como o exercício é monoarticulado, o trabalho é muito maior na cabeça do bíceps. E com o sistema de polia, que é difícil você relaxar o movimento o tempo todo, porque não relaxa, a polia não deixa. Isso, ó, esmaga, bora. Ó a fadiga, tá chegando próximo. Vamos, vamos. Isso, boa, garoto. Legal, sentiu legal aí ou não?
Nossa, ele pega demais a cabeça.
Pega, legal mesmo. Esmaga, alonga todo o movimento do bíceps.
E você controlando a velocidade, você sente a fibra.
Isso, trabalha toda a região do bíceps.
Bem legal.
Beleza?
Então
E
usem aí 4 séries também.
4 séries também. Se caso tiver um ajuste de 3 séries, vai de acordo com o seu treino. Eu não estou contando o seu número de treinos inteiro, tá? Apesar que a gente procura eliminar essa relação em números e números.
Isso.
Porém, é sempre bom estar ajustando as coisas que a gente passa pra vocês, beleza? Tá.
Bora!
Quarto exercício de bíceps, Renan, vamos
Pra
fazer uma
fechar a
finalização.
série, isso.
Exatamente, fazer uma finalização assim, aqui no exercício de halteres, tá? Renan vai fazer uma execução um pouquinho diferente do convencional da rosca martelo com halteres, tá? Então, eu queria fazer um pequeno giro em cima. Ele vai iniciar na lateral, vai subir fechando. Já. Renan, eu quero que você feche mais o movimento. Traga um pouco o bíceps no final, mas puxando desde o braquio radial até em cima. Isso. Vamos lá, fecha na subida. Isso, pode juntar o dumbbell um no outro aqui, ó. Um no outro. Bora lá. Isso. Boa. Exercício muito bom para finalizar, tá? Para dar uma complementada em tudo, na relação do bíceps. Isso, traz a martela fechando, esmaga, abre e volta na tensão. Tensão o tempo todo. A série começou a aumentar a velocidade, fadigando. Bora. Bora. Soma. E, pô. Legal, boa também, Renan. Isso aí, galera. Então finalizamos o bíceps aqui, certo? Terminando, rosca martelo no halteres, pegando bem braquio radial, ainda enfatizando a questão do bíceps, certo? Isso. Por uma finalização aí interessante, beleza?
Pegada monstra. Façam esse treino, chama o parceiro, manda bala pra crescer esse bíceps.
É isso aí.
Beleza? Valeu!